Okay, here is the video for Section 3, Group 1's intex project. We're going to be going through the rubric. Here's the environment for our project. It's running right now. You can see that it is encrypted. We're using a custom DNS record. Here's, I guess, just more proof it is, in fact, on AWS. It's not secure right here because this isn't the DNS we're using. But, yep, that is our app, our Elastic Beanstalk app. Database deploys, okay. Let's go to our ODS. Here is the configuration for our database on AWS. You can see the endpoint is right there. If I go into pgadmin, I'm totally connected to it. If I go into properties, you can see the connection is indeed the AWS hostname. I already showed that the website uses HTTPS and it has custom DNS records, so let's move on to the 402 part of the rubric, spreadsheet. Here's our spreadsheet. You can see we got the data just as it was raw. We got the first form, primary keys, dependencies, second form, and third form. I won't go into too much detail here because these will be included as part of the deliverables, and so you can look through that more. But for the sake of keeping this video short, I'll just keep going. Here's our ERD, which will also be submitted with the deliverables. Okay, next point, app reads info from the database as necessary. So to show that, let's log in. We already logged in because stored it in the session storage, but if I just sign out, then I'll just show the login process again. Password is slow albino melon. All right, so here's the page where it pulls all the data. Here's the big table for the admin to see. You can see the most recent survey ID is 494. So if we go into a database and select all from survey info, we should see the 494. Yep, 494. And it also does more than just update the one table, but it even updates the other tables. So let's say if I chose Facebook and Twitter, you can't see that here, but you can see it here. Oh, wait, no, I was showing that it pulls data, but the next part is that it updates data. So let's actually go submit a survey. What's my age? 55. Let's just put a survey in here. I'll select university and private, and I'll put Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then I'll just leave these all as 3. Submit. So now the newest survey ID should be 495. So if I select all from survey, then we should see 495, which we do. It's right there. And I believe I chose like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So if I go to survey platform, there should be 3 entries for survey ID 495 and the preferred platform number. So if I go to the very bottom, yep, we got 3 entries 495 and 134, which pertain to Facebook and whatever other 2 platforms I clicked on, YouTube and Twitter maybe it was. Data stored in Postgres, yep. This is, you can see it's Postgres. So let's move on to 403, professionalism in the landing page. Here's our landing page. I feel like it looks pretty professional. You got a button to take you to the survey. You got a button to take you to the dashboard. This is a fact that updates every 7 seconds using a script. This new fact. You got tips down here for people to read about, links to Provo City Facebook pages. Click on this. Takes me to Facebook, Provo City. Account management view. So if I go back to the admin login area, and it's stored my credentials from login in, so it's right here. Ability to create user account. Let's create an account. I'll just call it Ben. I'll make the password Ben Mac. Confirm password. I'll make it different so you can see what happens. Oh, passwords do not match. Or if I just had something blank, you don't want me to fill it out, so it's protected in that sense. If you just clicked on it by mistake and didn't have it filled out, it would just submit an empty account. But that just submitted. So now if we go to credentials and select all those, you can see Ben Mac, Ben Michael. So next view is the report, which I kind of already showed, but I'll just go back to it and show the drop down also. So it shows everything. There are these little hover things that tell you more information about the codes in these columns. Here's the drop down. Click on one, search, pulls up the record for just that. We can go back to viewing all data. And that's everything for the rubric for 403. But there's also the update username. So right now I'm logged in with the main admin, and it detects, the server side detects which account I'm logged into, so that when I put in the username and new password, it changes the account I'm currently logged in with. And you'll be able to test that too, because in the README I'll include all the info to connect to the database through pgadmin, and also the info to be able to log into here as an admin. So moving on to the rubric for 415, the data was explored in Python for statistical analysis. So we had a lot of we explored it a lot in Python. There's a lot of different, as you can see, commands that we ran. But some of the key ones that influenced our insights and recommendations would be, this chart we created for impulsive usage. We could see that the scores were higher for impulsive usage, so more people were using social media impulsively. Same for distracted. But in our slides, we really focus on impulsiveness, bothered by worries, and the depressed aspect. Next part of the rubric, at least 3 meaningful charts in our slides. And obviously our slides will be included in the deliverables too, but I'll just go through this quick. Here's our first chart that we use that talks about young adults having the highest scores on the surveys, where higher is worse. And here's our second graph. As time spent on social media increases, the score also increases. Here's some more graphs that relate to each other, also talking about how hours per day increases. The responses to "I often feel depressed or down" were stronger. They were feeling this more often. And this really goes in with our story that we'll be presenting. And I feel like, as for the rubric, following principles from the book, we really tried to use color to draw attention to what we wanted the viewer to see. We got rid of the grid lines, and we really implemented what we had learned from the book. And now to move on to the dashboard. Here's our dashboard. You can see there are 2 filters right here for gender and location, but also we included that just by clicking on it, you can filter. So if I wanted to see adults 30 to 45, looks like they are ranked higher averagely as TikTok users. If I get off TikTok, this shows it across all categories, but you can click to view just for Facebook. Facebook users' average time spent on social media, and all of this, as you click on each element, changes each other, so it's all dynamic. It's all incorporated into the filters, and you'll be able to explore this more, obviously, but here's our dashboard as we tried to use good use of color. We tried to make it effective, and I feel like we did. And it's interactive, and yeah, the user can filter to see only records from Provo or only records from Plainsville, which is also on the rubric, and it's embedded into a website, as you can see. And the next part about the dashboard being manually updated, I'm going to have to take on my phone because the Tableau is on Allie's computer, and so I'll record on my phone, and I'll edit it together. Okay, so here's our dashboard. I'm going to filter it to none right now. And then if I click Provo and non-binary, we don't have any records. But I'm going to submit a survey so that when we do manually update the dashboard, you'll be able to see that there was one there. So I'll just say 44 male. Oh wait, no, not male. I'm saying non-binary. And then submit. And then I go back to the dashboard, but okay, we just refreshed it and resaved it. So back to the dashboard. Okay, there was some technical difficulties right there, so I cut the video and came back to this, but now if we do Provo and non-binary, the one record from the survey that I just submitted comes through because we just manually updated the Tableau dashboard. So there it is. Okay, this is a recording that I took after the initial one. I realized there were a few points in the rubric that I missed, so I'm just going to go through those again really quick. So 1.43, it says set location to Provo by default. You can see right here, this is a hidden part of the survey. Value is always set to 2 when it's submitted to the form, and 2 is Provo. Another part that I kind of forgot to talk about a bit is just how the slide deck follows principles from lesson 6 and how it tells a story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. And I mean, you'll be able to look at this just when we submit it. We'll also have a presentation, but I thought it'd be worth to talk about really quick. We have a beginning where we are going to talk about the setting, who's driving the action. A lot of our slides don't have a ton of words because we're following what talks about in the book. Where because we're doing a live presentation, we can talk more in person. We don't need to have a ton of words on the slide because we'll be able to be there to answer questions and to expound. But in the beginning, we talk about the problems that were found in the data, how there's an issue between people's social media habits and the mental health. At least there appears to be a correlation. And in the middle, we have our graphs. We talk about the high rates of depression, impulsive usage, bothered by worries. We tell a story, and then in the end, we have calls to action. We have recommendations. We're going to go through our dashboard and website and show how that can be a great implementation for the committee to use. And we tell the story, but in a better way, where the beginning part of the story is we just explained someone who is using social media in not the best way, and it's pretty unfortunate for them. But then after we present a whole presentation, we explain how that story could have changed if they have this website to look at, if they have the awareness, if we're really trying to help people to become more educated. And that's kind of our call to action. And I think I tried to hit every part in the rubric, but if not, everything is in the deliverables, and so hopefully you're able to see everything that we did.